Hi, I'm gonna do a quick review of my MSR tent. I have an MSR Hubba Hubba 2. And I've used it throughout this summer. It's actually a great tent. It's very easy to put up, and I'm a newbie. I really had never put up a tent ever until I put this tent up. One of the things that really I did not like about this tent was that anytime you would put it up and put the carbon fiber poles together or try to put the tent together, you get these little carbon fibers in your hands. And so I came up with a way to deal with this. I used to work for the General Motors brake division, and when brake pads are made out of powdered metal, and included with that were glass, like a fiberglass kind of material. And if you would when you worked in that area, you would get sometimes get fibers in your arms. And so this old guy from Kentucky told me that the way to deal with it was to take a piece of duct tape and basically just press it on and pull it off, and then you could remove those. So I did the same thing with my tent poles, and I've already done these, but I just thought I would show you how I did it. So piece of tape, and then you just kind of put it on and move it along, and the entire, all of the tent stakes. And then so this works great. One thing that happened was the seam at the top part of my tent busted. It started to come apart, and so I took it to REI and said I'd like to get I'd like to get my money back on this. And the person in the tent department said, "This is the best tent. You want to keep this tent? It's really lightweight." And so she convinced me. So I took it up to the front, and the person behind the counter said, "Well, we'll give you 20% back on the tent, and you could take it home and sew it yourself, or we'll give you a brand new one." I bought my tent last year. It was $279 when I bought it. Out on the floor last week, it was $379, and I was so surprised that they gave me a replacement direct swap out, because I didn't want to sew it. I didn't know how well the seam would last, how well I'm not a seamstress. I just opted to replace it straight out. To replace it straight out. Okay, so hopefully this one doesn't do that. I would be so bummed if it did. Okay, have a great